Alright guys, welcome back to our last game of the day here in the Shanghai Dota Open ig.vitality versus ehome game number 3. Game 1 very much in favor of ehome, ig.vitality able to bring it back in this equally convincing fashion in game number 2. And now, gonna find the game to decide who will drop down to lower bracket, who will move on in the upper bracket here, as this is the quarterfinal round. Between these two teams, and we see some familiar faces, the Axe being picked, but also the Riki first for ehome, right into the Bounty Hunter from ig.vitality. My name is Dragondrop, I'm once again joined by PqMz. What are your thoughts so far?
I think it's interesting that ehome opted to ban out like the two supports and stuff. But what they did is basically say to IG, do you want to give us Drow or do you want to risk us letting you pick it again? So they just opt to ban it instead, which is pretty smart. And then they get Ricky Darks here, which I much prefer it as an opening to Bounty Axe. Bounty and Axe are more like teamfight-esque around the 15-minute mark. They want to abuse track and blink, etc. Ricky Ducks, they just want to do havoc for a minute, like 3 or 4. Level
Yeah.
1 pressure is not obscene, but it can net some kills if people misplay. The chances are Darkseid just gets like level 3, Ricky comes up with an Orb of Venom, Blink Strike, or Smoke Screen and his Invis, and whatever support is there is going to have one hell of a time.
Yeah. That Invis Iron Shell is nothing to be trifled with. So a lot of pressure already coming out from ehome that ig.vitality somehow have to deal with here. They can still they cannot actually pick an Oracle. There's still other defensive supports and pools like Shadow
Oracle's banned.
Demon, but yeah, that's what I said.
Sorry, I thought you said they could pick it. My bad.
No comment. But yeah, could I also think about some other tanky supports like Ogre,
For IG,
Lions? Yeah, just to
I
not be
don't think they
pressured
could
as much.
go that way, because if you look at how the lane would go with an ogre, you're basically just making it worse because you're a melee hero in the situation. If you sure heroes like Skywrath, Shadow Demon, Venge, they're not gonna salvage the lane, but they're gonna give you more in terms of your overall game plan. You could also just pick a hero like Anti-Mage and sit him there. Because sure, Ricky's good against Anti-Mage, but as long as you're farming under your tower, you can get away with it.
Yeah, that's something
There are plenty
that's
of heroes that can deal with the Iron Shell. And I feel like with how IG are running Axe, Ricky's more going to be roaming and dealing with him in the jungle than he is going to be putting pressure on the top lane. Because every game so far, IG put the Axe in the jungle from minute 1. They don't contest the off lane at all.
is there, could ehome exploit that to some degree? Just pick up a greedy safe laner.
No, I think what they want to do is have a safe lane that scares the Axe enough to not go there and then exploit the fact they've got Ricky who can just pick up an Iron Shell from Darkseid, steal a camp, and maybe kill him. Or at least stop him farming. Because if you force him to go down there into a lane that, you know, Weaver +1, that's can be really scary.
So scared enough
I
to
like
keep
the
the axe
idea.
in the jungle so that Ricky can abuse him, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's a
Bit of
better
a
way
game
to
plan.
go
Yeah.
about it. Because if you pick a greedy safe lane, then Axe can just go down there and suddenly your Ricky feels not as strong. So he's not disrupting and getting farm and levels in that way. He'd basically just be hitting mid instead,
Yeah.
which is kind of what I think the bounty's going to be doing. Depending what ehome do with the safe lane though. It's all up in the air at the moment. The
I
bans
mean,
are all pretty standard,
that's the reason
except the
that
silence.
that Bounty and Riki pretty much wanted to do the same thing. Just when it comes to pressuring mid, just depending on what kind of mid heroes we end up seeing, right? Whether they're actually abusable. Dragonite, not the easiest one to go on, at least not until it gets when it gets a couple of levels up in the Dragon's Blood.
No, he really doesn't care about Ricky. The only thing he really cares about is the bottle crowing shenanigans getting stopped. So Ricky can obviously kill the courier. So he just has to sit in lane and last hit creeps as safely as possible. And he won't really mind too much. DK's always a strong hero. He just needs levels, and honestly like boots a wand and bottle by the 8-minute mark, he will still have good impact as long as he's level 7.
Just the ways of the Dragon Knight. You're always gonna do what you gotta do, and it's kind of hard to stop that from happening. Especially if
Yeah,
you
it's
pick a
much better
material
to
that's
focus on
yeah,
other lanes.
yeah. Especially if you end up going for a material that wants to rotate around, just leave the lane at some point. Dragon Knight just waits for that and pounces on a tier 1 tower, starts roaming around himself after the fact. That's kind of that tanky theme.
Yeah, I really like DK. I think it's a bit too niche at the moment though, because heroes like OD destroy him as the game goes on. It just doesn't fit into the meta as well as it used to, which is a shame. I really like the hero.
ehome to figure out where they want to go, and it's gonna be the Shadow Demon now as their defensive 5 position support. No oracles, so just gonna have to fall back for that. Not the worst here. Great against Axe as well. Just disrupt him. Maybe depending on the position where you do it, you can push out some of the lanes, farm jungle camp, stop the call more than anything else.
5 seconds
Yeah, it's
remaining.
just a very safe hero that offers a good amount of damage to
Reserve
deal with the
time.
DK, good kiting potential for whatever cause like you want to pick up through the purge. And it's just generally a safe pick. It doesn't give anything
10
away.
seconds
It opens
remaining.
up a lot of doors for them if they want to go for the illusion siege.
eHome's
Heroes like
turn to
Morphling,
pick.
Luna, they suddenly just became a lot more viable than they were previous.
Can actually still see Luna here.
I don't like Luna too much. It feels like
10 seconds remaining.
Morphling's just better.
5
It's
seconds
safer
remaining.
as well. Like it's game 3. I'd rather not lose because my
Reserve
Luna
time.
dies to Axe and Bounty Hunter running at him
10
Yeah,
or
that's a
her.
good
seconds
point.
remaining.
Again, it
And
could be that
5
force
seconds remaining.
multiplier that just makes you plow down towers much earlier than the Morphling can be. And yeah, do end
Dire
up going
team
for
ban.
it. Uh, these
the
kind of
thing with
reasons.
Luna is it hits a much earlier timing where they really want to push with Darkseid mech. I imagine that's what they're going
Yep.
for,
eHome's
and
turn to ban.
I feel like the problem they have here is their only form of counter initiation is disrupting the Luna or smokescreen. Darkseid doesn't provide like this huge team fight around around that time. He's got like a level 2 free vacuum
10
and a mech,
seconds remaining.
so it's okay, I suppose. I'd much rather have
5
like a
seconds
Ravage and a mech
remaining.
though, if I'm going for that timing. The
eHome's
only thing
turn to
Darkseid
pick.
offers over that is it's going to have more lane pressure, so you have the option of being further ahead as a team overall than you would with a Tide. But then mid hero can also do that. Things like Puck still available. I don't
10
particularly like Puck
seconds remaining.
into DK though. I think it's a horrible matchup. The
5
stun just
seconds
makes your mid
remaining.
game horrible.
Dire
Uh-huh.
team pick.
Yeah, Huskar's a hero.
Without Oracle, without Dazzle, without Omni Knight, without any sort of healing support.
I think it's okay here because I actually don't have the best heroes against him.
10 seconds remaining.
Like
Axe
you
with a
can,
couple of lucky spins, I suppose, can finish him off, but it's unreliable.
5 seconds remaining.
yeah, you can disrupt
Um,
the axe or you can disrupt the Huskar. You can
Reserve time.
make space for that to work,
5 seconds
and they have one
remaining.
pick to deal with it. So
Anti-rage.
well,
that's not it.
I feel like that is just saying, okay, we lost this draft. Please help. I hope we win at 50 minutes. Because the thing is, like I said, anti-mage isn't too bad against a Ricky Darkseer lane, which he can deal with that lane at the cost of some GPM number. He's not going to get free farm, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
But then you have to make up for the fact he's not getting free farm by what you accomplish on the rest of the map. And I feel like Luna, Huskar, they're just going to close the game out or put you in a position where they're restricting your farm too much. If you ever do get to the point where you have items, I think you win though, because they just can't catch you
10
at all.
seconds remaining.
But Shadow Demon, again, it's like in team fights, he's probably
5 seconds remaining.
the best support hero in the game. I don't know, I just feel like it's like IG Game 1 where they didn't quite understand things,
Uh,
and I feel like this is...
okay, you are cutting out a bit.
I am? Is it on
Yeah,
your end or mine? Okay, no, it's my end.
not sure. Had a bit
Or
of
it's
an...
just Discord being bad.
What? Discord is good. Bible thump?
Yeah, whatever.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we can
Discord's like... How are you?
try and direct call on Discord if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, alright. See if that works out a little bit better. I'll do this. There you go. Testing, testing.
Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3.
Still cutting out a bit.
1, 2, 3. I think it's just my connection to Discord.
Yeah. We're on Amsterdam, so it should be alright technically. Both of us.
I mean, I've had problems connecting to London servers at times because of routing,
Man. Well,
how close you are.
let's hope that fixes itself soon. Let's wait until game number 3. Someone forgot to put on the ticket, so if we have no idea who anyone is. From Paparazzi, of course, who has the decency of having his proper name. But hey, so I'm not gonna bother with introductions, just taking a look at the lanes. Fairly standard here by the looks of it from ig.vitality. Going into game 3. Anti-mage up safe. Axe. Actually not go for the Iron Town straight off the bat, so it looks like they want to at least start off contesting this bottom lane.
I think that's the distance. It's awkward for them.
Oh, Bounty's gonna get a ward off. It's blocking the small camp. If I want to pull, I will pull the side camp, which is something that Axe can probably contest.
Yeah, they're not going to want to pull in
But,
this lane. They're
yeah.
going to want to skill Shadow Poison and... Lane though, he can kind of tank the first few stacks of Shadow Poison to get level 2, salve up, and then...
Still cutting out actually. Do I actually have you on Skype so we can try that? Not sure.
You should do. Shack. I don't think you do actually.
Rip. I'm gonna send his Skype ID.
Yeah, sure. You sent it to me and all that.
There you go. Some voice issues here, but we get that fixed. You can just swap between lanes. Nothing crazy going on just yet. Middle lane. I should bit by the Riki though, with that early up Venom as you would expect. Dragon Eye only with 1 point up into the Dragon, but has to be a bit careful. I'm not sure those tangos.
This is a whole lane. Huskar capitalizing on DK. It's just like such a free lane for him.
It's gonna switch over to
He
Skype.
shouldn't miss many CS. Is this any better?
Well, not for Dragon Knight here, as he does die to first blood, too many poisons. But yeah, I think connection might be better, but voice quality is shit.
I mean, is it better than robot voice?
Yes, it's better than robot voice. So hey, we're just gonna go with that. Skype to the rescue.
I don't know, I always have problems. I've never had problems with Skype, ever.
I don't know, for me it's vice versa. Never really had issues myself with
Well,
Discord,
at
but
least.
yeah. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's also keep an eye on this game at the same time. Axe trying to deal with the Shadow Poison. Now might be in trouble. Disruption to follow up. The 3 stacks plus the Luna. Ready to finish him off with the Lucent Beam? Or just a couple of right clicks? Gonna get that kill for them as well. So 2-0 now is the scoreline in favor of the home.
Yeah, that's the problem when
Yeah. So actually still cutting
I know
out
how
in
bouncing
Discord even.
he's reliant.
Yeah. You're still cutting out, so it's not neither program, by the looks of it.
I don't think it's my internet. I can't
Well, it's something. Don't think it's
really
mine.
think of anything I can do.
Yeah.
It might just be my end, like
Yeah.
people using
Well, we're just gonna have to try and deal with it and hope that it fixes
internet and
itself
stuff.
soon, I
Internet's bad.
suppose. Yeah.
One thing that's not being dealt with though is this Husk got shit on this DK. Got decent CS, but he's just solo dying to him.
Yeah.
And
Not a good place to be
that's
for
not
sure.
going to change anytime. And he's even got the regen up for the helm, so he can just stay in this lane until IG like actively rotate heroes to deal with. Like, just look at this. There's nothing DK can do.
There's a couple of stacks here, burning down to half health. Bad lane. But yeah, bottom lane,
exposed to the
okay.
Ricky rotation.
Shadow Drave just in time. Yeah, there it is. Good rotation here to help him out, and with that he's gonna secure his level 3 at least. Go to jungle at some point if things go too dicey down here. Because right now, I mean, it's just gonna get worse, right? The more levels Luna gets, the more that Lucid Beam will be charged up. Same for the Shadow Poison, really, on the side of the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, going to the lane's always a payoff. You didn't get as much out of going to the lane as you could when you jungle, but it's about putting the pressure and keeping the heroes there. Because bottom, maybe the Ricky just sits mid and hits DK more, and that's a bigger problem for your lineup. X can always recover.
It's just not actually getting better. We
You
keep
just give
cutting
him a
out
few
on the
stacks
turret.
and- Oh, I'm all ears for ideas. Do you want me to try like
No.
restarting my PC or restarting my router?
Yeah, maybe something like that, because it's really hard to cast if I just see you for a second, then I don't hear you, and then I start talking, then the rest of your voice comes through.
Right.
It's kind of impossible to
I'll-
cast like that, so... Yeah. Let's try and reset, we're gonna try and recall in a moment.
I'll
and
drop
then-
the call for
yeah.
5 minutes and see if it's any better.
Alright. Unfortunately, some tech issues. Cuts out PqMz, but yeah, it's a bit off-putting, to say the least, but hey, I'm gonna try and deal with it now. See if it gets better. Thanks Brexit, all I can say to that one. But yeah, saw a couple of kills here and there, huge stacks coming through. That being shared between Shadow Demon and Luna, but mostly for the support here, gonna get him closer to the arcane boots. Meanwhile up top, alright, Paparazzi gets a blink out after that gank attempt. They did have double iron shield going, but not quite enough to finish him off with the spell shield, but still, this anti-mage don't top left CS shot, so he's doing what he can. But compare that to Luna, decent CS as well on him, plus that earlier kill that they got. DD rune even on Ricky, so looking for someone in the jungle, but Axe already back to base right now after farming up a bit. Might be able to snag the Satyr if he wants to for himself, but it's gonna take a while. And Dazzle? He's making his way in here. Mostly because he's nowhere else to be, right? Just stacking up some chems. Babysitting the anti-mage a little bit. As this Darkseer, it's pretty much a perfect Darkseer lane so far. Doing the pulls here, getting a lot of CS, getting a lot of levels. Now, Streak is getting some help from the Shadow Demon Luna. Left alone down bottom here, level 6, so no worries. Not too many worries on him. It's taking a life department, so we're just gonna rotate the Shadow Demon, rotate the Riki, put on the pressure, just take some of these stacks. And perhaps get a kill on the anti-mage, right? I mean, disruption is super strong if you manage to lead off with that into the smoke screen, into him being mana burned by his own illusions. Especially with him putting the second point into that, just to try and deal a little bit better with this lane. So, don't think they saw the Shadow Demon up there just yet, but they surely still don't see him bottom. So Paparazzi knows that something's going on, man. That something's going on here towards this lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
ig.vitality. Really getting too much out of these, out of this laning phase until now, I suppose. I mean, this is kind of the downside. Spending so much time on these supports, not really getting anything done apart from the bit of pressure on the tower. That's actually being given this mid lane to recover a little bit. There's the Dragon Knight deciding to help out bottom. So this is something, right? Getting Dazzle some levels, getting Axe some levels, and now putting on pressure here on the lane where the Luna is left alone. But now mass TPs come through as a dive comes in. Nice little ultimate here doing a ridiculous amount of damage here. Axe will fall first, a jump onto Mitsua. And poor Dragon Knight will find his nemesis in the form of the Husker. Everyone TP'd through here. Apart from the Darkseer just doing his own thing up top. And managed to make it work. And look at dogfights here. Don't think they saw him there, but you did take quite a lot of damage here from double Iron Shell for a second. No detection at the ready here, so Bounty Hunter should be safe. No, another TP in. Looks like they might want to stop this push, and it's one thing that ehome. I'm just gonna have to brute force a little bit. It looks like they will be able to finish it off with 3 heroes around here. 4th one sitting in the back. Riki ready to counter initiate with a blink smoke. He also has a dust, so if Dogfight shows himself, then it's sure as dead. But he's not gonna risk it. He's gonna have to let us go. Book it on a space created for anti-mage. Just going straight for the Battle Fury by the looks of it here after the boots. No detours or treads or anything. Or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, it was a good idea for my iG.V to. Oh, but now middle lane Mitsua might be in trouble. Unless the Shell Grave come out, but not this time. Actually, dogfights the peeing Dazzle. Opting to stay up top and help to get a kill on Darkseer. Alright, that's a little bit more worth it. Him a kill, accelerating his farm, but then again, looking for the Dragon Knight to be that unkillable hero in mid to just like order the rest of your game around. He's supposed to be creating space for anti-mage, but not by dying. he's supposed to do that by pushing lanes, by just being the anchor in a team fight. So far he's died 4 times, his own item progression is 0. Doesn't even have to trace 10.5 minutes in. This has gotta hurt. Top lane Dazzle sitting his level 6. Might be in trouble soon now. Riki with the Iron Shell. Shadow Demon leading the charge. Has the disruption at the ready. Wants to find the anti-mage, but the blink comes out. He's gonna have to settle for the Dazzle. It's an easy kill though with that ultimate being committed. Alright. PqMz is back hopefully. But those are some weird robot sounds. Hello? This is like ET calling from Mars or whatnot. I don't know, I've never seen that movie, or at least not in a long time. But yeah. PqMz? Hello? Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna end that call. That was just RTT2. But yeah, looking to fight the middle lane. Okay, dogfights. Not being tried right away here thanks to the Shallow Grave. Here, Shadow Demon first one to fall, but dogfights, well. No way out of this one with a bunch of charges on top of him. And this Husker is absolutely falling right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Instead of
under
top of the net
attack.
road shot, 12 minutes in, does have the armlet plus the Helmet Dominator. Decent enough supporting cast. They're about to have the mechanism. It's already on the way. It is indeed. Darks here. Having that at this 12.5-minute
Dire's
timing.
middle tower is under attack.
This is what we're talking about in the draft.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's kind of mech timing in iG.V. They don't quite have the blink on Axe. They don't have anything on Dragon Knight. Anti-Mage is not the type of hero that can take these kind of fights. In fact, he's just desperately trying to get out. They have nothing to cancel the TP. Option all you use, so he will be able to think of Shellgrave, but just trying to create the space. But now, perhaps a bit of a turnaround on Huskar, but you don't just turn around on a Huskar. Dragon Knight falls again. Dogfight's unable to help out his body, and in the meanwhile, Luna still manages to put pressure on the tower. So everything is going just swimmingly for ehome. Vitality just struggling to find a vector back into this fight, and Dogfight as well, just throws himself for a second, does at the ready, and a long range jump into yet another kill. And this anti-mage is not gonna get his items at the time that he needs it. He's gonna try and call PqMz again. Alright, hello? Let's try again. PqMz, are you there? I hear absolutely nothing. Alright. Skype, hello? Nope, that does not work. Yeah. That's some weird internet stuff, so... Let's try Discord again. Hello? No. No! No, this is not gonna work. Alright.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh well. Rip PqMz, also rip Dragon Knight. Get out by Ricky, vacuumed back into the middle of the smoke screen. Not ideal, to say the least. Luna up top defending, should be also be absolutely fine. And yeah, it's iG.V being pulled apart on every front. At the very least, Axe got the blink dagger now, so maybe they can find something with that. But then again, where's the follow-up? Tier 1 will end up falling as Roshan, well, being worked away and by the Huskar. And might even get a freebie here, and the vacuum just at the right time to cancel the teleport. It's only bounty hunter at this stage, but just adds to the pile of things that are not helping at all for ig.vitality. One thing that they've got going for themselves is the Anti-Mage's farm here with a still very, considering the circumstances, immaculately timed Battle Fury. But now, maybe they can get the Lunas, would be big. Link call here on top of a couple of the Ancients. Really good one here. Disruption's there though, and now perhaps a turnaround. Eclipse coming through. That Mana Void not doing nearly enough here. Shellgrave keeping Axe alive, but Luna able to survive with the skin of a thief. Axe not so lucky. That was really, really close. Would have definitely been a kill here in a time pre-Battlefield, pre-Dragonlance, I should say. Yeah. This poor Dragon Knight though, it's like... He has a lance. He also has a dragon lance. But this one not quite as effective this game. 0, 6 and 1 from a mid lane hero, so he's a glorified melee creep at this point with a stun. A bit of a nuke. But he cannot sustain himself on fights, not up against this Huskar, just ruining his day. And it's not the support to really enable him all that much. I mean, Shellgrave is great and all, but it's no replacement for something like an Oracle. Oracle False Promise. Just delaying the inevitable every single time with no chance of survival. With all of these spear stacks coming out. Now just having to pop the ultimate form defensively. ehome can just wait this out. They can even go back, go to the side lanes, push those out. With the Aegis in hand, they want to force it out a little bit better. Mechanism, just keeping him at a healthy level. Yeah, shipping away to tier 3 is nothing that iG.V can do with it. Even if they kill Husker here, it's only the Aegis. Gotta take it slow. Slow and methodical. I don't know what the courier is doing here, to be honest. Okay. Finally realize it too. Tower will fall. Live to the latest another couple of seconds. They need a good call here. That's a solo call. That's easily remedied by disruption. Janus Dragon form ultimate will stop. Vacuum back into it. Shallow Grave comes out, but he's right in the midst of the smoke screen. So slow. So many stacks of these flaming spears on top of him. Axe goes for the call, and he will also take out to that. Unless he gets some immediate help, but no. Husker Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. 18 minutes in, easy rack, 16-2. Don't want to call too early, but this is slipping out of control for ig.vitality. I believe they've never really been in control all that much, and okay. It'll maybe be a little bit too ballsy, just going straight for the tier 4s. Just when the rest of the team's leaving. Oh god, no. Dogfights, why? Oh god. International Space Station approved this alien conversation. Well, at least you guys have fun with our misery. PqMz leaving me mid-cast because of internet issues, but hey. Gonna have to hashtag handle it as anti-mage. It's kind of sad to see, right? He's having a great game. This is in the farm department. He's hitting all the timings, but he has to go for plays like this, trying to skip the creep wave just to stop the push from coming through, but... Oh, Riki. Oh wow, they actually get him! Cancel TP, and now still smoke screen for a little bit longer. You will get caught by the two supports. What I was talking about earlier, disruption, turning his own mana burn against them. Not a fun place to be. Luna though, well, it's 4 people, barely able to bring him down. Vacuum only catching the Dragon Knight. That's all they're really looking for. Shellgrave will delay the inevitable, but there's like 10 stacks on top of him. He is left for dead. Another disruption to cancel yet another teleport scroll will lead them to yet another kill. That's a 3-for-1 trade essentially across the map. Probably still in favor of ig.V considering how far behind they are, but... Luna actually only worth 474 gold for the axe, which is crazy. But then again, it's the half scout that they're looking at. It's the highest net worth hero. Yeah, once again, if your anti-mage is the only one that's been piercing the top 5, everyone else is even below the 5% Shadow Demon. Once again. That's where we realize that you're in a bit of trouble. Tier 2 now gonna be sieged down in the bottom. Top lane being pushed up by the axe. When it comes to pure lane control, ehome is actually not bothering too much with that. They just want to have the one lane that they're in. Don't really care too much about the others, so there's a bit of a respite, I suppose. Get some semblance of farm, but yeah, I don't even know if late mail does anything in the end. It's magical damage coming out, if that's being reflected, well, Berserker's Blood did get nerfed to a ridiculous amount. And when they're this far ahead, it's still that insurmountable wall. How do you burst through this Husker? You don't. You need spins and a lot of them, but even then, he's 2.5k health points with his armor toggle. Dragonlance and Halbert. And he also always has a disruption. You need to finish off the Shadow Demon before you deal with the Husker. Going into the backlines here on top of the Shadow Demon is going to be now impossible without losing all of your heroes because of it. It's not even just the Husker, it's also the Luna who's at a really good amount of farm at this point. Dragonlance Treads, Yasha, going into the Mantis Star here. Not too far away either, so... Now with the tower down, Glaives will also start bouncing to these supports if they want to commit for the high ground. Meanwhile, Axe in the back here, Disruption comes out, and there's the Eclipse. It's waiting for it. 1 and 2 punch. And another punch here. The wall without the vacuum. Just to be scary. But yeah, this game was over a long time ago. GG is called. ig.Vitality realize it. 22 and 3. Flip that around. They did it for the memes, I suppose. Gotta congratulate them for that, but also gotta congratulate ehome for the victory. 2 and 1 here in the quarterfinals. They'll move on to face the winner of Newbie versus VG Gaming. That game will happen first thing tomorrow, 1400 Chinese time. Not quite sure what that is anywhere else. I believe it is like 7 a.m. Central European time. It's like 1 a.m. East Coast or something silly like that. Go ahead, tune in for that, probably on this channel. Not sure who's going to be casting that though, so don't have to endure me anymore. But yeah, still, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the games as much as we have. We've had some pretty good ones, some pretty back and forth games here. This last one, not one of them, is kind of just a Huskar game. Like it's there in the books. But yeah. Shout out to my co-caster PqMz, just newly on Twitter. Go ahead, give him a follow at PqMzDota_. Though he couldn't join us for the last game thanks to some weird internet issues. Still hopped in at short notice, just as I did here for these games. So yeah, shout out to him. You can also follow me on Twitter if you're at it, at Dragondrop Dota. Yeah, that's about all the shameless plugs I have. I'm gonna play you guys out on a bit of music, but outside of that, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you next time.